Are you looking? Why is he freaking looking over here? What's up? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have to do this really quick because I am running super late, and right now I am actually gonna get my eyebrows microbladed. So I wanted you guys to see what's going on. Unfortunately, I cannot go inside with my camera, so you know, this is as far as we go. The next time you see me, I will have some brows on here. If you don't know what microblading is, it's basically getting them tattooed on, but microblading, so it's a little bit better, I guess. But this experience is gonna be so freaking nerve-wracking. Like, I'm so scared. Like, I have been like sweating the whole way here. I have butterflies. Like, my heart is pounding so much. And like, I'm technically a model. Like, I did my research and I saw this girl that I really liked, and I was like, oh cool. And then she had posted on her Instagram story that, hey, like, if any models would like to be like you know, like models for their students. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm down. Like, it's only $150 versus $800. It's super freaking expensive. But I jumped right to it because I was like, hey, I have 150 at least. Like, I don't have 800, but you know, it gets frustrating that you always have to do your eyebrows, and I barely have eyebrows. Like, I want you guys to see like how little bit of eyebrows I actually have. Like, this is me just full natural, like no makeup. So yeah, like, it's frustrating to wake up super early, especially for your job, and like it's so annoying. But yeah, just so you guys can see like what I have now and my experience. Next time you see me, like, it'll probably be dark because it does take a while. She said it might take like 3 to 4 hours, but anyways, my whole point was that her student is the one that is going to be doing it. She said she would be supervising the entire time, and you know, it still freaks me out because, like, you know, like, I hope I don't get botched. I hope she doesn't mess up on me. I can't really show her pictures of what I want. It's like a class. Like, it's really just how they feel, like what your face deserves, like, to have. So I'm just like freaking nervous, and I want to at least tell her, like, please, can, like, I mean, it is still my face, like, can I at least like see the layout, or like you know, what it looks like before you start microblading. But hopefully she'll let me. Like, I mean, she should. Like, but I signed like so many waivers, which even freaked me out even more online. And then I had to put a $50 deposit, so that freaked me out too. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't know, I'm just super nervous. So hopefully it goes right. You guys will hear my story, or you guys will just see how freaking gross they come out. But I'm praying to God that like everything goes fine. Like, ooh, I'm so nervous, but I have to go because I'm running so late and I don't want her to cancel the appointment. All right, see you guys. Bye. Okay, guys, I am back. I am home now, okay? So I'm home. I'm just going to talk about my experience because unfortunately I was not able to record inside because, you know, it was a training class for them. But okay, I'm home now, and I'm gonna give you the full experience of exactly what happened. Oh my gosh, you guys aren't even gonna believe what happened after, but yeah. Anyways, are you guys ready for the final brow? I have some food with me. I have some Taco Bell, so I'm gonna be eating because I am freaking starving so much. Like, okay, first off, I know you guys probably want to know what the hell, what happened. Like, are you botched? Did you get an infection? Okay, well, for the infection part, I actually won't know until like later. Yes, so here is the final review, or the final brow, I guess, or whatever. Alrighty, in 3, in 2, and 1. So these are the brows that they did on me. They're shiny, of course. They just freaking did them like literally, what, like an hour ago, maybe an hour or 2 ago. So they're shiny, they're dark. Yes, they're gonna be pilling. But yeah, these are the brows. This is what happened. This is what I look like. So yeah, I mean, I don't have makeup on, so there's that. One thing she was telling me is that you raise this eyebrow a lot, huh? And I'm like, yeah, I do. And it pisses me off because even when I were to draw them in myself, I would always look at this brow and I'm like, oh, this brow is totally off than this one. But it's just me because, like, for some reason I always arch this one. Like, it's just something I do. Like, I don't know why, but it just happens when I start talking. And then see, it just goes up like randomly. Like, this one just stays and this one goes up, so this one always looks higher. But if I were to like calm down, like, it's even hard for me to like relax like my face. Like then they're like symmetrical. But yeah, so I have these brows so far, and right now I am starving so much, so I'm just gonna eat while I'm talking. If you don't like that, then I'm sorry, because I am starving my butt off. I got extra mild sauce. I always ask them for extra mild. I'm like, extra mild. So when they give me like my order, and like I always tell them at the end, I'm like, can I get extra mild? Even though I told them at the whatever right from the get-go that I want extra mild. Anyways, I know you guys are like, well, what the hell happened? But if you want to know, I have a box. I have the nachos. I have the, what's this called? The Dorito taco. And I think this is a chalupa. The chalupa bomb. I love Taco Bell. And then this one is like a layery one. I don't know. It's like a layered. These things are like $10 now. I mean, I get it. Like they added more stuff to it, but damn, $10 now? Okay. And then I got a raspberry, one of these, the blue raspberry. I don't think I've tried the blue raspberry. Oh, don't tell me my straw's in my purse. That sucks. Whatever, I guess. Actually, I have my Starbucks cup that I bought. I'm gonna use this straw. Or should I just pour it? No, that's like a crime. Gotta eat it in the original cup. Perfect. Okay, so what happened was, I know like in the intro, like I was like rushing the heck out of myself. Hold on. Oh, the fuel in my body, or the sugar. Oh, so thirsty. Yes, that was well needed. I'm sorry. I'm freaking hungry. I was there for a while, girl, so, or guy, whoever's watching. I have to buy it. Just Dorito taco. I have to put sauce. I'm sorry. I have to do it. I'm hungry. I felt like the sauce fly. Look at that. I'm just so hungry. Oh my gosh, how long have I not vlogged? I have a new kitten, you guys. She's a black kitty, but she's so cute. She was a kitten back then, but I haven't vlogged in quite a while. But I got a new kitty. Her name's Bella. Say hi, Bella. Say hi, Bella. Bella, say hi. Okay, so let me just get into this real quick because I'm starving and I don't want to keep like going back and forth. But anyways, so I was like in such a rush because today's the 18th of December. I don't really know when I'm gonna post this because I don't know if I'm just gonna do an update or what. I don't know. But anyways, today's the 18th and it's the weekend. Today's Saturday. And there was so much traffic on the freeway, and my appointment was at 2:30 p.m. I had got there exactly about like at 2:30. I think like maybe like 5 minutes earlier, maybe like 2:25. I did my research and I found this girl off of another popular brow artist, but I don't really see him like having open appointments. He's really just more like a teacher, but I love the way he does the brows, and I was like, I follow him like all the time. And he recommended, or like he reposted like one of his students, which was the woman that I went to, and then I like checked out her page and I was like, oh my gosh, I love her brows. She had a good following, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I was looking at her story and it said if you're interested in being one of our models for a client, for our students, because I guess they teach, like she teaches like classes on how to do the brows. And so right away I was like, oh heck yeah, like it's like, I was like, I'm down. So I messaged her and she responded and she's like, oh, she's like, it'll be $150. And then she gave me like everything like to do, like I had to fill out like a lot of like information, like forms, you know, like, oh, you can't sue us or anything like that, you know, of course. But like it kind of made me nervous, like even more nervous. I'm like, damn, this is real, like that's scary. And like it's not even like her doing it, like really it's like the student. And I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna be someone's dummy, you know. So I was like, oh my gosh, like that like made me even more nervous. So I was like hesitant on it, but I was like, oh, like, I mean, it's $150 versus $800. Yes, it's $800 to get your brows microbladed, but like, I don't know, it's like, I'm down. Like I do have 150, so like I was like, I'm down. Like let's say, you know, you put down the 150 and just to confirm that you are gonna show up and stuff. And I told her, hey, is it okay if I just if I sell you 50 right now, because keep in mind, I've never seen her in my life. Like I just see her on Instagram, so I'm scared I'm gonna get scammed. You know, it's Christmas time, and I don't know, I was just scared. Like I don't know. So I have to send money to this like random person. Like ignore the noise in the bag, because my kitten just plays with everything and she's so annoying. I was super nervous about it, because you know, this is gonna be like what I'm gonna have, like you know, this is what these are gonna be, I mean, permanent, you know, I guess. So I'm just like, oh my god, I'm scared. Like it's the students working on me, and she's supervising the class. And I was like, I don't know. But I mean, usually if I get a really bad feeling about something, I won't do it, but I didn't really have too bad of a feeling. So I get inside, and you know, it's just like they were kind of just like looking at me like, you know, it was like awkward. And I was like, oh my gosh, what happened? Like they don't like me or what? Because when I was reading like the disclosure and stuff, it did say that like they have the right to like turn you down and not work on you. And I was like, shoot, she's about to like tell me that, hey, you know, you're not exactly what we were looking for. Like, you know, I did send her pictures. I forgot to mention that, but I did send her pictures on Instagram to see if I did qualify for being a model, I guess. And so she was looking at my brows. She's getting all close to me. She's like, oh, she's like, did you shave your brows, right? And I'm like, no, I don't. But I was like, oh wait, you know what, I do, because I use that little razor to like, you know, shave around. And I thought she meant like you shave your brows. I was like, no, like I still have hair, geez, you know. But I mean, they're really light. She's like, oh, in the picture you sent me, you look like you had more like scattered hair. But that is a time when I, you know, a day where I was supposed to like, you know, shave my, like, you know, the hairs that come out. So I guess, and then I was like, no, but like on your thing it does say like, you know, don't shave your hairs for at least 3 days. And I didn't. And she started laughing. She's like, you know, you should have waited longer. But anyway, she's like, I guess she wasn't expecting me to not have so little bit of brows, but I mean, I don't know. Anyways, so they're like, no, yeah, it'll be good for you, like to the person learning. And I was like, oh great. Like in my head, like throughout the entire time, I'm like, oh my gosh, please, like don't mess up on me, don't mess up on me. It took so long. I got there at basically 2:30 and I left at like 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30. A little bit over 6 hours I was there, because I think I left around 8:40 if I'm wrong, around there, because I didn't get home till like 9:30ish. So it's not usually like that. It doesn't take that long. Maybe it'll take like 2 hours, like if you were to like pay the full 800, because you know it's just you and the woman, that the certified woman doing it. So but in this case, you know, it was like her teaching the girls how to do it. And there were, I don't really understand who the other two women were, because they seemed like they were pretty new. One was a little bit more advanced, and the other one seemed like she might have done it like maybe once or twice, like on an actual person. But they were like standing over like the students, and like they were kind of directing them, but then literally all 4 girls touched my eyebrows, like to do my eyebrows. It was the the main girl, because she was, you know, like if they couldn't do it, like she would step in and she would start doing it, which obviously I felt more safe when she was doing it. I was like, oh my gosh, thank gosh, like you're helping me. Like, and then sometimes when she would walk away, like to go look at the other client, I'm kind of just like, no, come back, like come back. But like, you know, I'm not gonna say that. I'm just like, oh my god, like no. And then if I felt like my eyebrow hurt too much when they were like going, would feel like they were going too deep in my brow. Like I felt like they were pushing my skin harder, and I was like, oh my god, it's hurting. The student, when she was doing my lining for the brows, okay, I was like, oh damn, like this is not normally how I do my brows. Like this is not how I do them. And I was like, right after she did it, it took forever. Let me tell you, it took forever. They even shaved off a lot of my hair on this one, and you know, with my consent. Anyway, so it took a long time like to outline, because they're students, you know. I'm the first like piece of skin they've touched. And I know you're like thinking like, dude, you're dumb. Like, how can you like, that's like a risk. I know. I freaking thought about it a lot, like for like a whole week. So yeah, they did let me have a say in the way I prefer my brows, and they did the outline and stuff. And I'm telling you, I really like the way that the teacher was always like there, like directing and like fixing it for them and showing them. So that made me feel a lot comfortable, like that even if like they couldn't figure it out, that she would do it herself, you know. So I was like, okay, cool, at least she's not gonna let them like just screw up on me, you know. Obviously not, but just saying. But anyways, it took forever. They finally outlined, and then they told me, hey, like we just outlined it and stuff, but before we go any further, let us know if you like the shape of it, if you want us to change anything. So you know, the first time they showed me the mirror, I'm like, oh damn, like I was like, ooh, I don't like the way they look too thick, like I don't know, like, because I'm used to just doing the way I know, you know, like I've never like, you know, aligned them perfectly, because you know, I go off of my brows are distant cousins, you know. They made it look like, you know, how it's supposed to look, and I wasn't used to that. Like I wasn't used to like the way it looks like that, so I freaked out. I was like, oh my gosh. And I did tell them, because you know, I wasn't happy. I was like, hey, like it's a little too thick on this part, like it was a little too thick. And I was like, even right now I think it's thick, but it's a lot better. And so the professional woman, she handled it and she fixed it up a bit, and she concealed that part just to like, you know, make it look better. And it did go down more, and I was like, okay. And they're like, really, it's gonna go away, like it's gonna fade a lot once your peeling process starts. And you're like, wait, what's peeling process? I'll get to that. But yeah, so after I told her, she fixed it, and she's like, oh, how about now? And then I looked in the mirror and I was like, you know what, it is a little better. And I knew like already that, hey, like they did it the way it's supposed to be. And I did see like how it was straight, and like, you know, I had lines all over my face from how it's supposed to be shaped. And I was like, I'm just not used to it, but like this is how it's supposed to look. And I had to like realize that. So I would step back like this, like I would step back in the mirror and I'd look at myself. I'm like, it looks good from far. But when I get closer, I see how thick it is. But it does look perfect when I'm like far, because you know, I think that's the way it's supposed to look. So I'm just like, you know what, I like it. It's okay, like, you know, like it's something out of my comfort zone, but it's fine. It's better than nothing. I don't know. I know you guys are probably like, no, you better speak up and tell them, you know. But I honestly did like it. I was like, I wanted to like it, you know. So I did want it to look a lot like more like a brow is there, versus then like a really thin line like how I usually do it. So I told her, I was like, yeah, no, like I like it, I do. And so then that's when they started like to go into actually microblading. So they started microblading. The girl was telling me, the professional, she's like, oh, she's like, have you ever had a tattoo? And I was like, no. She kept like going like this, like like, and I was like, why? I'm like, does it hurt that bad? And she's like, no. And I was like, why do you say it like that? And she's like, no. She's like, you'll be fine. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was freaking out, because right when you start hearing the zzz, I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, please God, please God, please God. I'm like, help me. And then I started like pinching my hand. I don't know if you do that, but I was squeezing my finger like hard to like distract myself from the pain here to like on my finger. So I was squeezing my finger, and then like she started doing it, and I was like, oh, that doesn't hurt. Like it didn't hurt. It really didn't. It didn't hurt in the beginning. She started outlining it, you know, and then she took off like the makeup part, and then so I guess it was just like dotted lines like around. She did the outline for the student. That way she can actually line it and then fill it in. The student that was working on my brows, she was like, I can't see the line, I can't see the line. She started freaking out. She started freaking out on me, and I got so scared because I was like, oh my god, don't screw me up, please, please, you know? Like, I didn't see it, but I was thinking it, and she was like, she kept saying like, I can't do this, I can't. She's like, I can't see the line. She's like, my eyes are getting blurry. She's like, I can't see the line. And they're like, what do you mean you don't see the line? It's right there. And then they're like, no. She's like, no, I really can't see it. Like, it starts to blur up. And they're like, what? And they're like, she's like, yeah, like I can't. She started freaking out on them, and then I was like, oh my gosh. And they're like, they're like, you're okay, just like, you know, like go on, it's like ease into it. And then she's like, no, I really can't do it, like my eyes are giving up on me. Like, she's like, and they're like, oh, you want to, like, she kept saying it, and then finally they're like, oh, if you'd like, you can, like, you know, step outside, maybe like get some fresh air. She's like, yeah, no. She's like, I think she was having like an anxiety attack. And I was like freaking out. Imagine me, like, I'm there already, like, nervous that, like, I don't want to get screwed up, you know, like, these are gonna be my brows and everyone can freaking see it. So I was like, oh my god, like, I was like, and they're like, oh, like, don't worry, like, you know, I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, okay. And then I can overhear, you know, the woman the professional saying like, well, we can't leave her like that, you know. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like, please don't leave me like this. Because they already, like, you know, drew on me, like they already dotted on me, like, with it. So I'm like, oh yeah. The pain started hurting a little bit more when I did it when it was the second time, because what they would do is they would do when they started to shade, the first round didn't hurt, and then they would put, so she would do it, and then after they did the first, you know, like, round, they would put numbing cream, and then they would put a saran wrap on top of this one, and then they would move on to this one, and then they would shade this one, and then they would put numbing cream, and then saran wrap this one, then do this one, you know, back and forth. And they did that about 4 times on me. It's just because I had so little brow, like I had a lot of bald spots, so they had to keep going over it. And enough to the point where the other girl that I came with, like on the other side, she finished probably like 15 minutes before I did. It wasn't that much of a difference. But I also think it was because the girl freaked out and she left, and they left me there for a good like 10 minutes, probably just laying there. Like, I was like, okay. But oh my gosh, like my freaking body was hurting so much. I had to pee so bad, and I know I could have just told them, but I already felt like time. I was there for over 6 hours. I just wanted to get it over with. I did not want to get up to go bathroom. I was like, oh my gosh, hurry up, just do it. The student, she came back inside, and then she's like, I'm just gonna watch you guys. Like, I think I just need to watch. And I think she said she was crying outside. Like, I think that even the girls were like, oh, like, she's on the phone with someone. Hopefully they'll encourage her. Like, you know, like, because one of the girls was like, should I go check on her? And she's like, no, she's on the phone. Just give her some time, you know. So the other girl ended up coming back inside, and she just sat down and watching the other girl working on me. And then I think about when I did they started doing shading the second time, she's like, oh, I can see it now. Like, I think she calmed down more, and then she's like, oh, I you know, she started getting confidence because she started seeing the other girl working on me and shading on me. And so she's like, oh, they're like, oh, do you want to try it now? And she's like, yeah. And so she started doing it on me, and I was just like, okay, like, please don't, like, screw me up though. But yeah, so it did start to hurt after the second time, because, you know, they're going over what they opened, you know. It's like a tattoo, like they're opening parts of your skin, you know. So it did start to burn. It started to feel like, it honestly felt like, you know, like when you shave. Have you ever shaved and then you went into the beach water, the salt water at the beach, and it burned your legs because you shaved? It felt like that burning feeling. That's what it felt for me. And then a little bit later, it started to feel like a bruise. That's how the professional was explaining it as, and that's exactly how it did feel, because they would have to, you know, after they're doing the microblading, the ink goes everywhere, so like they wipe it, so when they would wipe it, it would hurt. And like the student, she would wipe it too hard on me a lot of times. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. A lot of the time, okay, anyways, she would wipe it and she would do it hard, and I would be like, oh, and then they would all be like, careful, careful. She's like, they're like, it's like as if it was a bruise, and she's like, I'm sorry, and like she would, and I was like, oh my gosh, like it does hurt. And but when I got up from laying down, because I was laying down for like what, 5 hours probably, and then there a lot of the times they would ask me to sit up, so I was doing like basically like crunches because I had to get up, and I was like, oh, you know, so my back hurt so freaking bad, and it felt so good to stand up. I was like, oh my gosh, like this hurts so bad. But yeah, my overall experience, it's like right now my brows are like really like numb. The girl was telling me too, she's like, oh, they're really swollen right now, so you know they'll go down a little bit more. And I'm like, okay, because you know when I saw them I was like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy, this is not how I look. Like I was like low-key like scared. I was like when I saw myself, but it's just because like I'm just not used to it. In time, I think it takes like maybe like 4 or 5, like maybe 5 days, they're gonna start peeling, and they start looking like cheetah brows, and you can't peel it. Like when it starts to peel, it has to fall off naturally, or else like it'll mess up. She did tell me I can't put any water on my brows for 3 days, I believe. I think it was 3 days. I have to look at my text. She sent me like a text and an email. She said I can't put water on my brows or have sun exposure, no sweat on them either, so no working out. Bummer, I know. And yeah, I think that's about it. Like no makeup around your brow for at least 4 days. I think she said 4 days, or until like they start peeling. She said after 3 days I have to apply ointment, which she provided for me. It's this vitamin D and A ointment. This is what it looks like. This is what she gave me to apply on my brows after the three days. Yeah, so right now is a Saturday, and it will be on Tuesday when I can actually dab some ointment on the brows. I'm only supposed to put a little bit, and she wants me to do it twice a day, in the morning and at nighttime. So yeah, she said very little and with a Q-tip. When I shower, she gave me 3 of these so I can put them here. It's a peel off, so I peel it and then I just put it here. So when I shower, no water will touch the brows, which is very cool. I'm like super proud, or like super proud. I'm proud of her. I'm thankful that she gave me this stuff, you know, like to care for the brows, because it says, or the email and the text says, you know, 50% is of us, and the other 50% is how you care for the brows after. You know, I think they look good. I do think they fit my face really well. I can't wait till they start like peeling and they fall off and the peeling process is over. Right now, you know, obviously it's fresh, and like I don't know if I'm gonna like them when they peel, but you know, I'll keep you guys updated obviously. But if I really like them, I will, you know, put her Instagram at the bottom description. But for now, like I don't know, because I don't want to be talking mess about her, and it's like they end up coming out really nice, you know. Like, and you guys are like, oh, I'm never going to her, you know. But I feel like they'll come out really good. I just can't wait till they finally peel. They're gonna peel on me during Christmas time, so that's gonna suck. Like I mean, it's just my family, like my really close family, and they should be done peeling by New Year's day, I believe, so that's cool. It's just gonna be so weird when like my coworkers see me like at work and then I have freaking cheetah brows because they're peeling. It's gonna look so crazy, and I'm just gonna be like, oh. I'll keep you guys updated, but for now, this is what my brows look like. They took 6 hours, you guys. 6 hours. A little bit over 6 hours, but you know, it's what I get. It's what I get, because I only paid $150, and I do think they look really good. They're still pretty red. There's actually they don't really hurt that bad anymore, but I can see them pretty red still. But yeah, they're gonna be glossy, but it's funny because they look so glossy right now, but for me, like, they feel, my skin is so dry right here. So let me know what you guys think. Would you guys be a model for someone like that? I mean, obviously do your research if you do, but I think mine are worth the 150 for now. For now, I still have to get used to them, but yeah, let me know what you guys think of them, if you guys think they go with my face or not. Oh yeah, one concern I did have is this one looks longer than this one, and I did point out to her, but well, you know, how are you gonna fix that? And she's like, if you want, I can drag this one down a little longer, because she did look like that, you know, she did, I think she did notice it too. She's like, oh, she's like, if you want, I can drag it down a little longer. And I was like, oh shoot, like, but that means they're gonna be too long, you know, here. And then well, I didn't tell her that, but and then she I think she just seen that, like, I was like, and she's like, or if you want to wait after the peeling process maybe. And I was like, yeah, I'll wait after, like, because I don't want this one to get messed up too by being too long, and then they're just long, you know. But I do see that this one might be a little bit longer, like just a little bit, like that. So maybe when they start peeling, it'll fade and you can't really tell. I don't know, we'll see though. But that's really kind of it. I still think they're too thick right here. It's just not how I normally do it. But I do think they look good. I do think they still look good. So when they start peeling, oh, I can't wait. So yeah, let me close this video off now. It's, you know, I freaking need to eat my food, so I'm still hungry and I'm all zoomed in your guys' face. But yeah, let me know, guys, would you guys ever get your brows microbladed? Have you guys got your microbladed? What is your experience? Oh my gosh, did you feel this pain as well? Are you considering it? Because it is gonna make my life a lot easier now. Now I could just jump in a swimming pool like crazy, you know, and not worry about my eyebrows falling out. And then when I wake up early, oh my gosh, you guys, you don't even know. But I will keep you guys updated. Let me know if you liked my experience, if it was crazy or what, like, would you have freaked out? All right, guys, I will see you in my next video. Love you guys. Bye.